Hello friends, my name is Dado, and I work for Leap, a global initiative focused on improving customer value through the adoption of SAP-centric solutions by NTT Data's strategic industries for large enterprise customers. At NTT Data, we have a strong team of SAP professionals from all over the world who will share the latest trends and solutions with us. Let me introduce you to Wolfgang Moller, Global Director Innovation and Technology Adoption. Hello Wolfgang. Could you share with us the current trends in business transformation?
The companies run in usual hybrid landscape for special purpose, such as shop floor system, IoT platforms, which are run in a hyperscaler, and business platforms, business landscapes like SAP. You can imagine that all of those have to act seamless together, and one of the significant topics are no vendor lock. So I'm not limited by one of those vendors. When you see these scenarios we're talking about, what is their demand, final need at the end to be integrated in the business landscape, like an SAP S4 on-premise or cloud. And that's of course automated, not touched manually. The second trend what we see is that the current worldwide political and economic situation shows how fragile markets are. So the companies have a strong demand for resilient supply chains now. And that paired with new legal requirements. I'm thinking about the supply chain acts, for example, or corporate social responsibility, and not to forget sustainability aspects. That drives the companies, and not just on their own, but also in a network. And that leads to an increasing demand for process integration across the companies. And you need powerful analytics tool. Give a little example. When you have an assembly product which you sell to the customer, and you have to calculate the carbon footprint, you have to go down to the raw material, to the final raw material. And from all of your suppliers, you need to get all the information and collect this data in a data warehouse, that you are able to run your analytics tools at the end and show it then for legislative or to the customer. And then we have, of course, the new future business topics. Metaverse is arising on the horizon. So I spoke to a lot of customers and they say, we don't know what metaverse now the right topic for us, but they go on this journey. And they want to have this, let's say, technology on a unified environment to adapt that, to enhance that quickly, and without touching the core processes. Because you never know, metaverse is maybe one example, but there will be other new things coming up. You see, we are in a, let's say, decade of rapid changes and with a lot of pressure on the customers.
What are the main challenges you have noted?
As you know, companies are used to reinvent themselves permanently. So it's a permanent change and they're used to that. But currently the situation is really they're facing brand new challenges that haven't been on the market so far. Volatile markets, sometimes broken supply chain. Sometimes you see the ships are not coming with the spare parts and you have to go to the customers and tell them about that. Big change in that one. Then we have the situation of sustainability. We have to reduce our emissions and saving sources. And this has, of course, strong impact on our customers. How to do this? How to get, let's say, more resilient markets, not to wasting too much energy and causing so many emissions. On top, paired with new business opportunities, we have lots of innovative technologies available, which helps the companies to, let's say, do this reinventation again. But it has to be done and put together very quickly. And there's a lot of pressure on this new kind of innovation. Remember our words that we are living in a hybrid world. That needs also is also the point that landscapes are more diverse. It has a mix of landscapes collaborating together. It's a cloud, it's on-premise, there are legacy applications, We have different hyperscalers acting together, open source technology as layers, platforms, and various vendors. And often enough, in the past, we looked for technologies, and the technology was a driver for the innovation. But it's, in the meantime, more about the clever integration of processes, people with the technologies and innovative platforms and applications. And that all leads to new complexity. And this is more and more difficult to orchestrate, and you need the right platforms and you need the right principles on that one. So a lot of industries are now talking about how to build administrative layers in the middle, like an application, a shell in between, that we can communicate in this new complexity.
What is NTT Data doing in this area, and what are the next steps?
Yeah, NTT Data is following the idea of Society 5.0. And Society 5.0 is more than we know from, let's say, classic IoT. So it's a place where companies are able to provide tailor-made services and products thanks to new technologies. But the technology must be easy to understand, easy to use. So people, processes, technology. That's the way to Society 5.0. To make it a little bit more concrete, so when we have, let's say, the challenge of orchestrating hybrid landscapes and business processes, we see as NTT Data, for example, the SAP BTP as platform, as integration platform. So this is made for seamless integration of the SAP business world, regardless whether it's an S4 on-premise or a cloud system or a CX system, with other system landscapes. So I give you a little example from manufacturing. Assume raw material is coming in, arrives at the warehouse, and usually what happens is you scan it using RFID, scanner technology, or you have beacons to recognize that this product is now in my company. So it generates an event. Based on this event, we have to create a goods receipt, posted in SAP S/4HANA system. So what NTT Data did, so what we did in our team is we developed a reference architecture for this use case. It's a framework based on leveraging the services of the SAP Business Technology Platform. So what we did is we're using, of course, the events coming in, using then the event-based integration of the BTP, which is called SAP Event Mesh, and have the connectivity. And we're using services like a private link or connectivity services as a cloud connector, and take the data and send it to SAP and create there in SAP a purchase order requisition. Doing this, we also do the feedback back to the original system and give this information back to, let's say, the receiving warehouse system or scanner system. That sounds quite complex. But in our case, using the BTP, it was more configurating with minor developments. So we have rules, what we build inside, to orchestrate that. And this is one thing what we want to do in the future. We want to build up reference architectures with pre-configured scenarios for our customers. And this gives also the customer the opportunity to react very agile on the changes of business demands.
Thank you, Wolfgang. That was an engaging and invaluable session. You can stay connected and get regular updates about the LEAP program on our webpage.